Wait, they were like, what?
And I was like, boss, please.
Hey, listeners, welcome to Boss Confidential. I'm Megan.
I'm Jillian. Hey.
Hey. All right, hey, girl. So let's talk about owning, renting, what our future is like with this market that we have to deal with potentially buying a home. I mean, you're about to get married. I'm moving in with my boyfriend, and I just know that the age we're at right now, there's a lot of pressures on us to look for a home. Do we move? I mean, it's pretty much damn near impossible to buy anything while we live in LA. So are we going to forever rent? Like all these things, and to be honest, Garrett and I are moving in together. We're going to be renting for a while, but we have talked about when it comes time to buy a home, like, are we going to stay in LA? I never thought I would leave LA, but now I'm kind of like, well, maybe we will go further north. He's talked about maybe firefighting in San Francisco. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I'll be happy. I just want a yard.
Yeah.
And I one day do want a house. So where are you at? I can certainly talk about Garrett and I's experience recently with the whole renting thing, but from your perspective, where are you? You have a great location right now, but what are your next steps?
Well, it's kind of interesting because right now, at least it's rumored that the market is going to get better for people that want to buy. So I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to afford something. But I mean, in my neighborhood, and my neighborhood is like a really cute neighborhood, 2-bedroom homes are going for $1.2 million.
It's insane.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and they've all been built in like the 1920s. So a lot of them don't have central air conditioning. Some of them haven't even been touched since the 70s and the 80s. So like what people are doing is they're buying these homes for the land, tearing them down, and then rebuilding these beautiful houses. And it kind of just like, I don't know, it like depresses me a little bit because for one, like you're losing the character of the neighborhood, obviously, but two, like these people, like you have to be a millionaire to own a home in Los Angeles. Like I'm pretty sure you have to make 6 figures. I don't know a bank.
Without a doubt.
I don't know a bank that would give me a loan right now for how much money that I make.
Yeah.
And like too, like my fiance is a freelancer, so he doesn't have steady income like you. You don't have a steady income.
Right.
Like I'm the Garrett in your situation.
You
like
are.
we have a steady check. We know how much we're making. We can literally hand in all of our tax paperwork to a bank and be like, this is how much I make. With you guys, it's like, well, it could be a good month. It could be a bad month.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
No, and it's interesting that you were just saying that because when we had to apply for our apartment, like, I'm not even gonna be embarrassed about it. Me alone, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have.
They wouldn't have approved you.
Approved me, exactly. I don't make enough for what it's worth. But the reason why we're paying split, it's fine with both of us. But he got approved basically on his own. Of course, combined, it's fine. But yeah, it's because they were asking for all these things. They wanted. Oh my gosh, the things we had to do to apply for this apartment was just insane. And I mean, so much information that they needed. And
do you know in part why I think that they do that? Because real estate has become so expensive here, people are not able to pay their rents. Because when I moved in years ago, for this apartment specifically that I'm in, that I've been in for almost 7 years. Which is
beautiful, by the way. 2-bedroom, 2-bath upstairs.
Yeah.
It's a dream.
It's pretty perfect, besides like the noise from my neighbors. But otherwise, I had to get a credit check. That was it. They didn't ask for bank statements. They didn't ask for like anything. It was just like, okay, we'll do a credit check on you and please, hand us the deposit. And it just, I feel like we're in a different world here. And obviously, like, I know that I'm lucky to be in California. I know that a lot of people really want to move here. It's a very desirable, even sexy place to live if you're listening from around the country. But like, I live a very normal life. I'm getting married next year. I would love to be able to start my life and afford a home. I can't imagine raising a child here. The walls are super thin.
Yeah.
If a baby cries, my neighbor's going to hear it, and I'm not going to hear the end of it. So I have a lot of anxiety surrounding that specifically. But, I want a dog. I want a yard, like you said. Like, I want all of these things. And I think it really hit me, and a big reason why I wanted us to talk about this was my brother, who is 3 years younger than me, is house searching right now. And his situation is a little bit different than mine. He was able to save a lot of money because he lived rent-free for many years in my uncle's house, which all the better for him. If I had that situation, I would have taken my uncle up on it, but I moved to California and I wasn't in New Jersey. But like, I asked him the other day, like very casually, I was just like, so the house he was looking at was like around $500,000. And I was like, you're telling me that you have like $100,000 just like sitting in the bank? And he's like, well, yeah. And I was like, kill me now. God.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't even have like $10,000 saved, and I know you have less. And
oh,
it's like
savings what? Like, is that a thing?
But it's just like, I don't know. And I'm also feeling, just because we're in our 30s and it's really important to own property, to have equity in something, I'm just like, when is it going to happen for us? And Seamus has mentioned a couple of times, you know, like, do you want to move away from LA? And it's just like, I love it here. I feel like I was meant to be here. Obviously, I don't know if that's going to change once, like, the children that we eventually have get to the age where they have to go to school, because the schools here the public schools are pretty bad. So a lot of people put their kids in private school. And again, that's like
a lot of money.
So I don't know. I feel like I need to just, I don't know, be a millionaire. So if anybody can make that happen for me.
Yeah, it's super stressful. It's funny. I talk to my therapist a lot about money and my feelings on money and how, I don't know, it stresses me out. I don't like talking about it. I feel embarrassed about it. I feel embarrassed about what's in my account sometimes. Garrett doesn't know half the time, but I'm always that person that's like, I got it. I got half, but I don't. But like, I'm oversharing right now, but I'm just being honest. Like, it's not like I don't bust my ass. Mm-hmm. It really. And, but I just finished reading the book. I've literally been reading it for months, but I was just reading it slowly in chapters at a time. You Are a Badass. Mm-hmm. And her last couple chapters discuss money and how you absorb its energy. Because when you look at money and you're like, oh, I don't have enough of it. It stresses me out. That's a negative vibe. But you have to like look at money like you're grateful for it. It's coming. It's a beautiful thing, and raise the vibration. And it really kind of put things into perspective for me. Anyways, I'll wrap it up. But the point is she was saying she was in the market for a car, mm-hmm. and she really wanted an Audi, but the Honda was right across the street. And so she test drove both, and she was like, ugh, really my finances can only afford the Honda, which is still a great car, but I really want the Audi. And so normally society, and what she was trying to teach in this chapter, would be like, don't spend beyond your means. You're lucky to have the Honda. She did not agree with that. She went with the Audi because she said, I wanted the Audi so much that I know I'm going to make the money to pay off the Audi, versus if I was just driving around a Honda that I felt half-assed about, I don't care enough about it to make the money. She's like, but if you really want something, you're going to come up and find the way to do it. Mm-hmm. So it really helped me not feel guilty about money, and kind of have a different perspective on it, because I think society a lot of times makes you feel like guilty for things like you shouldn't go to Starbucks. Like I am better. But sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I just had a terrible meeting and I just want a freaking iced coffee. Yeah. Like, I'm just getting a tall, like, relax, universe, But, like, it's okay. It should be okay. Like, you work hard. So, anyways, I'm working on that. But, yes, I just hope that one day we will be able to have homes, lovely homes where our children can run in the yards and not have to worry that we're just going to be in the homeless epidemic. That's a whole other thing.
I have it. I have the home.
You have the home.
Yeah. I actually tweeted that I will be a homeowner by 2022.
You did tweet that.
I screenshotted it, so I have it. Yes. Because I really can't wait to reshare that in 2022 when I own a home.
It's a beautiful home. I love going over to your home for dinner.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I love hosting you.
Thank you, girl. Thank you so much.
All right. We got to speak it into existence, people. Yes. Listen, if you guys have any tips on, I don't know, how to afford a home when homes cost, let's say, over $800,000, let us know in the comments. I know that it's kind of a rarity, But considering where we live, it's a really big challenge for us. So yeah, chime in, let us know, and we'll see you guys next week.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Boss Please Pod. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes. Navigate the path to your best self with us, because bossing together is always better.